We are taking it back to the local street, bringing the trophy home for the team. 3 lions on the shirt, we are ready to ride. World Cup 2026, national pride.
Bang.
My G.
Right, this episode will last approximately 15 minutes. And we've got to cover
90-minute timer
everything.
going on there.
50 minutes.
15, Mo.
So,
Space for another one on here.
yeah.
Come
Do we
on.
want to risk it?
Oh, God. This could destroy everything.
Oh, God.
Oh shit!
Bang!
We've done it so far. All right.
So far sounds.
Wait. Let me just pull it a bit.
Oh, you are risking it for a biscuit.
All right. Ooh. All right. Hello. This is 3 Lines TV, where you are actually seeing all 3 of the lines for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Hello,
camera.
Japanese transvestite. How are you doing?
Hello, Danish transgender. Is it everyone transvestites and transgenders in our audience?
Yeah,
No,
it's our main
so,
support
yeah.
base.
And then Adrian. Don't forget
Of
Adrian.
course.
Yeah,
What does that
alright.
say about you, Adrian? Just saying.
It's true. Yeah, you got transvestites and Adrian. Anyway, so this is a episode that is late. We have missed the squad announcement. We have missed
England's
games.
first game.
England's first game, England's second game. So this year we're late. And who do we have to blame? These fuckers.
Wow.
I was always on setting it up. Remember, I'm the one that sets it up.
That is true. I
Who
mean, it
moved-
may take 4 hours, but you are the only one that can set it up.
Exactly. And if it wasn't, and who's the one that decided to move to Camden?
Well, I'll
he's here
take the
from
blame
Camden
here.
today, so
Exactly.
Okay,
Fair
so we've all made the effort to do this episode today.
Damn, we've got 5 minutes and we've spoken pure, absolute buggery for the.
Do we have anything to really speak about England anyways? Anywho, I
Nothing
think
planned.
we should start. We've got 20 minutes. I just want to get thoughts on Tuchel's squad and just really quickly, what were the initial thoughts, okay? Were we happy when we saw the initial squad?
4 words: in Tuchel I trust. End of debate.
Okay, so we're going to go to you for more constructive points about this squad.
I mean, I think he's picked profiles that fit the way he wants to play, and I don't necessarily mind that he's left out some lower.
There you go.
That's exactly where it was. I don't mind that he's left out players like Foden and Palmer, because I feel like that's where Southgate almost felt like he had to play players even when they're out of position. I probably would have called up Palmer, though. I think we're maybe missing one creative player who can play a number 10.
The man who's created nothing all season.
But just someone who's more of a natural crosser of the ball, who can pick a pass. At the end of the day, you've got like Rodgers, who's a ball carrier, who plays number 10. You've got Bellingham, who's a box crasher, number 10. Even against Ghana, you could have done with someone that was looking up, trying to play the ball forward a little bit more quickly, put crosses into the box. I know he's been
no
bad
dead
with Palmer,
bums.
but I think maybe we could have done with one of those types of players. I don't know why Henderson's in there. That's just a small gripe. Just bring him as a coach or something, or some other kind of role. I think it's kind of, we've got some decent young midfielders. Scott, for example, I probably would have just brought instead of him.
Well,
experience.
we should have gone for Wharton. Wharton was the
Scott, Wharton,
clear.
or Garner, all more deserving than Henderson, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know he's got a big personality, but just keep him as a backroom staff. So little things I would have changed.
Mm.
I don't know if I would have called up. I mean, obviously Livramento is now injured and James is injured. Those guys are both injury prone. I would have brought James. I don't know why Livramento was there. He's not.
No.
He's not even
Been
been
injured
playing
all
well,
season.
and he's been injured most of the season.
Yeah.
Actually, now I'm going through it. There are quite a few things that I'm changing here.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest.
I mean,
fan
obviously,
of Dan
hindsight is a
Burn,
wonderful thing, but I feel like we mentioned these things when the squad was announced, and I think particularly the injuries at right back. We all knew about Livramento's injury issues, and same with James. We just kind of hoped that they wouldn't have any injury issues, which, by the way, Chelsea fans have been wishing for the last 5 years, and guess what? James always gets injured, right? So I don't know why we took that gamble with him in the World Cup. And to be fair, James, how many games has he played this season? Probably 20 plus. So
he's actually played more than Trent and more than Livramento, so he's been less injury prone than them this season. And Tuchel knows him and got the best out of him when he was at Chelsea. So I understand that call.
Which is just kind of a. I know all managers do it, but just kind of an annoying thing about squad selections is managers knowing players and why that is a factor, because then, you know, when we needed a backup centre back, guess what you bring? Guess who he brings? Trevor Chalobah. So
well, that was when a right back got injured, so we actually didn't need another centre back. That's what made it even stranger.
yeah.
A couple other things. I probably would have brought Maguire instead of Byrne.
Well,
especially since we're going big
As in
on the set
he
pieces.
could have probably got picked if he didn't have that
Yeah, if
outburst
he
on the
didn't, if he
media.
didn't have the outburst, true. And maybe a
Who,
natural left
Maguire?
back, Maguire.
And his mum.
Yeah, and his mum
And
got
his
like
mum,
kind
yeah.
of slagging off Tuchel. But
I mean, I think overall, like, yeah, as I say, I trust Tuchel, and he knows what squad he's looking to build, and I think there's a lot of chat about squads. Everyone talks so much about squads, but like very rarely does the best squad even win the World Cup. Like the minor differences between these players, I think, is actually over exaggerated. At the end of the day, in my opinion, he's picked his squad. I back it. I like the fact he's made some big calls. Like we can like debate over the small fry of which player and who and where, but in my opinion, I'm happy with the squad and we can win the World Cup with that.
Yeah,
squad.
I mean, so I agree for certain players. I think like Henderson, for example. I
mean,
agree with you there.
but it's kind of like it's at the end of the day, like, you know, it doesn't matter. Henderson's not going to
he's
get
not
any
really
minutes.
gonna play
Like,
that.
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean.
Neither would Wharton. Like we you know, we iron over these like small details when literally
Marcelina's calling you.
Yeah, I was trying to do that.
when literally like in.
Just to let you know, Marcelina, he's rejecting your call.
Do you want me to take it? I could take it.
Who-
We got 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
uh,
We can move on from the squad as well. I think. Like,
Yeah.
a
I
few changes we would
But
make.
yeah,
but
I just want to
overall-
make my point about it. I agree with you. The Henderson to Wharton, they're not going to get minutes. But I do think Trent should have got selected. Because if you look at the Ghana game, when they played a seriously low block, we needed players that could play passes that will...
Trent would not have had any impact on that game.
Well, do you know why he wouldn't have had any impact? Because we never select him. So yeah, look, that's what he does for his bread and butter. Okay, he's the most creative player in the squad, bar Kane. And why would you leave that out? So anywho, moving on from squad selections, the Croatia game.
Oh.
How did we feel about that? What was the...
Oh, finally some wow factor watching England. I mean, I don't know whether when I've ever felt that. Maybe apart from Carsley. But
Oh boy.
yeah,
Oh,
just
boy.
like
Alright.
for me that is the reason why I think we could. I probably don't think we will, but we could win this World Cup. It's just because I give us a chance against any top opposition. I feel like we've got a bit of that star power that's eventually allowed to kind of be free in this team. When under Southgate, it was very, very defensive. So for me, it just gave you a bit of hope, a bit of it. Finally, England playing like we feel they have been. We feel they could. Sorry. So no, I love that game. Very exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, it's probably the first time we played a big nation and actually sort of outplayed them in an offensive manner. We've had a couple wins against Netherlands under Southgate. I think he did beat Croatia as well. Was it scrappy 1-0? I think Sterling scored. So we've had a couple wins against big teams, but it's always been kind of a scrappy game. This is the first time when it kind of felt like we played with a philosophy and kind of took the Premier League sort of aggression, high press, etc., and brought it to the national team.
Yeah.
Played with some kind of identity. Ironically, it took a German coming in to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was really exciting. Obviously, Ghana, we'll probably get to that in a second, was a little bit of a drop off, but I think it's positive seeing us go toe to toe with the big teams, because at the end of the day, if we want to go far in the tournament, anyone can play a team like Ghana when they sit deep and it's difficult to break them down, but we proved that we can go up against a big team and outplay them. So,
And I think that what's important, especially with that game, is that this is the first... Well, I don't want to misquote here or say the wrong facts, but I can't remember the last time we played a big team in like a very big moment and won. Like when we played France in the Euros, or was it?
No, I disagree with that. We beat the Netherlands at the last Euros in a semi-final. We beat Germany in the Euros before that.
Germany, yeah. Germany was not
Like
bad,
we
yeah.
have. Southgate kind of broke that hoodoo. I mean Colombia, we beat them. But also we're talking.
Whoa. Let's not add Colombia to the list of big
Bro,
teams here.
We're calling Croatia a big team here. Like
No,
let's
but
not
Well,
like.
Croatia get to semi.
I'd like to see the rankings, by the way. I bet Colombia are.
Croatia have got a
Just
better
as high as-
recent history.
They've got a decent record in
As
major
in
trophies.
Croatia have been. I don't want to get into this debate. We can do this after,
Yeah.
but I would say Croatia's been in the top 10 probably in the last like 5-6 years. Even
I
more
would
than that,
say.
I would. They've been in European semis.
They did, but
Yeah.
I think that was very much like against the trend. That was them overachieving.
And I'd also like caveat that when we beat Germany, Germany's team wasn't that great that year.
Well, who were
And
better, Germany or Croatia?
I mean, at the time, I would have said Croatia.
No, Croatia are nowhere right
No,
now.
but at
They've got
the-
a 40-year-old Modric still hanging around in midfield.
But at the time when we beat Germany, the Croatia team was better.
I think
That's just the
on
point.
the flip side, I think I actually think if you looked at the game, there were some problems. Like we were quite bad in the first half, like not playing our game at all, and we conceded 2 goals against in my opinion, okay Croatian team. Where I thought coming
Yeah.
into this World Cup we'd be absolutely rock solid, which we weren't.
Yeah.
So actually, like there are some problems. But in a way, I think for me, major tournaments are won on vibes and like star players. And finally, I feel like we've kind of got the vibes.
Well, Spain would like to disagree on that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, Spain are very consistent. They've had a kind of spine and similar philosophy for years, which we don't have. So we
Yeah.
can't. I don't think we can do a Spain.
No, I agree. I agree with you on the philosophy sense. I think something I read on the BBC recently was that this idea that Tuchel's set up to do well against bigger teams because we can play on the counter with our fast wingers and Kane dropping in deep.
Yes,
And I
yes.
think that, to be fair, like if we can kind of get through playing some of these bummier teams who do drop deep, then if we I think we have the chance of playing Portugal next, depending on where we stand in the rankings, and if we play France and whatnot, then I actually don't mind the philosophy we have playing against those teams.
Yeah.
So that
yeah,
gives me optimism from there.
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah.
our defending in the game was a bit. People say, "Oh, we conceded 2 goals. That means we defended badly." I don't think we defended actually that
I think in
badly.
the
They only had-
in the first half
we
we
started
were quite
badly
open.
because we were getting pressed and we were looking a bit nervy, passing out from the
Mm.
back. But like the second goal Croatia scored, for example, that was just an amazing goal.
It was a good
great
goal.
ball over the top, great header, great volley. I
But
don't think
even-
any team really. Sometimes you got to put your hands up and say that was a great goal, right?
Yeah.
Stroke at half time,
Yeah.
fair enough. And we were looking the better team already at that point, and it was frustrating to concede that goal, and then we bounced back and scored straight
To be
away.
fair,
at the start of the second half, so.
The one thing I'll note about, if we struggle against teams that drop deep and we have most of possession, but we do well, let's say hypothetically, our system is set up to do well against bigger teams and we play on the counter, that's probably best for the tournament.
Yeah.
Just because at least if a team's dropping deep and we get to 0-0 and it still gets like penalties or whatnot, at least we're creating the chances, we're getting the set pieces, and ultimately when it comes to penalties against the smaller nations, I know a lot of it is down to luck, but we have better penalty takers, right?
I mean, I think we would hope we wouldn't go to a penalties against it might look like we might play who in the next round. Actually, I've not quite.
I think
seen it yet.
Mexico.
I think that's the round after that.
Ooh.
I think we're gonna put. Well, I think we'll play a third place team. So we have to be careful there, because
I don't, because it's not always third place teams. I just looked at the ranking and it was
it's definitely going to be Mexico. I mean, I think what almost would be a risk is if we play a Ghana-like team who set up a low block. We don't want to have to win on penalties against that game. We do want to see that out.
I guess my point is we're in a better position in those kind of games, even if we are struggling to
Yeah.
be creative enough to score against
Yeah,
them.
I kind of back Tuchel
Yeah.
as well. So
Um,
I think even in the Ghana game, whilst it was not great for long periods, we still did have some pretty good chance at the end of that
Yeah.
game as O'Reilly hit the bar and Kane
yeah, he did.
blazed it over from 6 yards when 99
That's
times out of 100
weird.
he would score that goal.
Although
So-
Concert diving in 2 feet, going for a little swim there, it looked like Jesus Christ.
Nah, never.
I think
Wait,
that was,
wait, wait.
that was an
actually dodgy,
absolute
though.
stonewaller, by
Yeah.
the way. Like
That
that
was
was
a
crazy
stone.
how that wasn't given.
That was
Okay,
a stone.
So, what are our predictions for the Panama game? Firstly, how do you think we're going to line up? And what do you think we should rotate a bit more, or do you think we should go strong team? Because I felt like in the Ghana game, some of the key players looked a bit leggy. And I think if we are going to bring us, like, if you look at the squad, the 26-man squad, these are all Premier League proven players. I don't know why we don't rotate a bit more. So
I think
I'm
we will.
putting out there.
I think for this game we will. Obviously, we'll be forced into a change at right back. 'Cause I think James isn't training with the team at the moment.
Yeah,
But
James
he'll-
is apparently have 2 England games.
Yeah.
Next 2.
I think Rice he might rotate. 'Cause I heard his fitness.
As in, he missed training, so
Yeah.
I think he's out.
Saka looked pretty good actually when he came on against Ghana. I know they were kind of take it easy with him, but he might come in for this one just to get him an hour of football from the start. I think Gordon's going to come out. He's not really been
Done
great in the
nothing.
last 2 games.
Do you
But
think
then people
Spence as
saying-
well, right? Spence has to come out.
Spence, yeah, I think we look better with O'Reilly
He does
playing
like-
at
he
left
like-
back.
yeah.
I think Spence should only play when he's up against a top quality 1v1 winger.
Or
He
if he's
might have
brought
come in
on
because of Semenyo
against-
for the last game, because they were worried
Yeah.
about him on the break. But I think then we lost quite a lot going the other way, considering we had so much of the ball
'Cause
we could have done with O'Reilly in
Spence
there.
against Croatia when brought on was really good because obviously tired legs and then his speed obviously.
He actually did do well going forwards in that game.
Yeah.
That was on the other side, though, more
That's
naturally
why.
on
That's
the
why. Like
right-hand
when
side.
there was calls for Spence to start against Ghana, I was against it because it was like no, like we've got a system where bringing on a player actually works because of his speed and energy against tired legs. It's the same with Rashford. We're not going to start Rashford because he's more. It's more optimal to use him in
He
like
might
the
start
same.
Rashford,
I think he
though.
might start Rashford in this game, although I
Well,
wouldn't
that's more
mind
because
seeing.
Gordon is shit.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind seeing
Like-
Rodgers off the left.
Yeah, that's
People
what
keep
I wanna
saying, like
see too.
Rodgers
He's
can
never
only
played him
play.
late though, ever, right?
Isn't it? He's played for Villa on the left.
Yeah.
and he
but I
started
think-
off as a left
I
winger.
don't think
So,
Tuchel's ever played him there.
but
It just
I'm,
would be
I'm
strange.
just thinking like, Rashford is still a similar profile to Gordon. Where he
Mm.
wants space in behind to run into. Panama are just going to sit on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
someone who's going to try and pick the lock. And I think Rodgers
To be honest,
picks up better positions in the hole, and he can carry the ball, play little 1-2s. I think
Yeah.
he might be a better option against a team that sits deep.
Interestingly enough, having another team like Ghana that's going to sit back and we're kind of basically already qualified is a bit of a good tester for us
Yeah.
going into the knockouts. So I'll be interested to see how we've changed things.
Yeah,
If
I
we
agree
can
with
actually
that.
try penetrate their defences.
We might even see maybe a Watkins starting ahead of Kane.
I would like to see that, but then we need a creator for Watkins because Watkins
Someone to
makes
play
those
the three
runs.
balls.
Well, get Rodgers in, and even
Yeah,
rest
yeah,
Bellingham
yeah.
as well.
But then I would say Rodgers on the left.
I just don't think it's more. I think it could work. I just don't see it
Ooh.
happening just because of Tuchel.
So just really quickly, scores for the Panama game. What are we thinking?
I think 2-0. We will get that goal this time. They'll have to
Yeah.
attack a bit more, and then we might grab a second.
Sure,
I'll be optimistic and say 3-0.
3-0. I'm gonna go for 3-0 for sure.
Damn.
The other thing I was going to mention before we wrap up is
We're wrapping up.
Bellingham. I want to mention about Bellingham and whether we think he should start as a 10 behind Kane.
I mean,
That's why I think Rodgers does. He liked Rodgers. Play him as the number 10.
yeah, I think like he obviously got a good goal against Croatia, Bellingham. I'm still unconvinced though about him as a number 10. I
No.
understand the idea
Yeah.
of him in England's team that you play pacey wingers and you have Kane dropping in to almost operate as a number 10. And Bellingham's good at box crashing, so he can actually go beyond. So in theory, it makes sense to me. But when I'm actually watching him, I don't know. I still don't see him as a natural number 10. He just looks a little bit clunky in that position to me.
But
I
you're
thought
not-
we
you're not
looked better
bringing
with Rodgers there.
But
Are you bringing him back-
go on.
back- Are you bringing him back into like Anderson's and Rice's space though? Like,
Well, no, I
almost
think
now
I'm-
with those two, it gives Bellingham freedom to get to play in that role.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just, in terms of his general play, I see people say even against Croatia he had a great game. I thought he scored a good goal. I don't think he actually had a great all-round game, and same against
No.
Ghana. I think I'll give him man of the match against Ghana. He admitted himself he didn't actually play that well, but it's just sorry, go on, man.
I think it tactically makes sense to have the box crasher against the bigger teams. But I think when you play against a team that is defending most of the game,
Yeah.
you need a creative outlet. So I just think we need to be a bit more tactical how we're using Jude Bellingham in the 10. But naturally, he's always been an 8. And I don't know where in the last couple of years. And I think it's that Real Madrid move.
It was that first season. I think when Benzema
Yeah.
left or something, so he had to kind of fill that void.
For some reason, all top coaches just see him as a 10 now. And I can't see it. The reason why he was bought from Dortmund, because he was literally one of the best number 8s in the world. And that was our future midfield for years. Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice at the time before Elliot Anderson was there. So, which is annoying because he's basically filled up a position that we are stacked in. So,
Yeah.
and now that's why we've lost the likes of Palmer and Foden, which I'm glad Foden's gone. But
if I had to predict, just quickly against Panama, I think he probably will drop Bellingham and
Mm.
put Rodgers in the 10, and he probably will drop Gordon and put Rashford on the left. Oh, there goes the timer.
all right, well, yeah,
That's
I
busy.
agree with him. But as we know with football, with Southgate and managers, we're optimistic about what we want to see, but they will just put the same shit up every time.
Well, that's the
Oh,
mentality, but
Tuchel
Tuchel will
trust.
change it. Trust me, a German is going to win the World Cup for England. and the Germans and the English will love each other forever.
Damn, my ancestors are rolling in their grave, even though they're not even English.
Wait, whose ancestors? What?
My Persian ancestors, according to Hussein. Anywho,
Just final predictions. Where how are England going to do?
win the World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that your
Got a
genuine
positive
prediction?
Genuine-
three
as in,
lines.
like-
no fucking snowflake
No.
unicorn bullshit.
Right,
Where are they
semis.
going to finish?
Semis then, semis.
No, they're going to win it, and I'll tell you
But
why.
We've got a bet on for them to go out before the quarters.
No, we don't. No, we don't. What bet? That's a lie.
Hmm.
Why are you lying? Get your receipts up.
I'll get them out.
You got the wrong brown person, bro.
Oh, sorry, that was my dad.
Exactly. The reason why I'm saying England going to win it is because if you look at all the big teams, none of them are actually doing that well.
Well, France are absolutely smacking
France,
it out currently.
Except France.
And
Except
kind of-
France.
well,
And
obviously
also,
Spain.
teams peak later on. You can't always
Yeah.
judge it on a couple of group.
Which is why
games,
France is going to go the opposite. They're
Well,
going to
no,
burn out.
I actually think that's true. I think they will lose their first big game.
Yeah, I mean, you're all right. Though. A lot of the other, like Brazil,
No,
they
They just
impressed
look
me.
poor.
That
As in,
was
they
Portugal, got
were
the
gifted
Ronaldo
that
problem.
group. The
Argentina, maybe.
Yeah, but nah. Once the Messi vibe dies out,
I
that
do-
guy's almost 40. There's no way he's winning.
I do
another
think
one.
we are kind of getting what's the term, a wool over the eyes in the sense of like a lot of these teams look better than they actually are because they're playing against these shitter nations. No offense to the Uzbekistanis. Oh no, that's the end of me going to Uzbekistan now. Where I think once it gets to the knockouts and they're playing better teams, they're not like I think Argentina when playing against a better team isn't going to look as good anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas I think England, at least Croatia's shown me we can actually compete with a bigger team. I've not seen that with like Germany or like because obviously Germany played who did they play the other day
Ecuador, yeah.
They lost.
and they lost.
They
So
got bossed on
Yeah,
stats.
Germany
Yeah.
are nowhere, by the way. We can count them out.
yeah,
Yeah,
So no, I reckon we've got a good chance, and I like the vibes. And Tuchel, I trust.
yeah. Anywho,
Go
all
on,
right,
England.
go on England.
Rainbows. Oh, it's not recording.
Did it actually?
I think you could.
Right, nice. Nice 20 minutes.